and do fundraisers for our community. Those individuals are all here. I'm going to announce them in a second. But we created the Society of St. Patrick to have an impact on the community. And over the past 8 months, we've gotten together regularly to kind of figure out what we wanted to do and what was the best way to make a difference and have an impact. We decided that the best way to help our community is to help families. So the families that we help are families in transition, in crisis. We help specifically the Laurel House. We're going to talk a little bit about the Laurel House tonight. We have a representative here. We give tickets to the Reading Phillies to PAL, Police Athletic League. We send children to the camp at the Y. And we're coming up with new ideas all the time. We want input, we want feedback. We'd love to have your support. What we intend to do is, bottom line, basic idea is to help families. So if it's financial, if it's a family in crisis that's going to the Laurel House, we want to be there in whatever way we can to enhance and impact the lives of everyone in the community that's in need of help. So I know that's a tall order, but we have a lot of activities planned. We have a leprechaun run that's going to be on here in Lansale. We have other cocktail parties planned, and I really hope that you all consider signing up for our email list and participating and reaching out to any of the board members to see how you can help us. The board members are Ray Liberto, right here. Sarah Liberto. We have Jimmy McFadden right here. He's hiding. We have Katie. Where's Katie? Katie Van Newton, where is she? We have Chip. Where's Chip?
Chip's here.
Chip from UNS. There he is, right here.
Hi, Chip.
So the 5 of us have gotten together. We get together twice a month. We discuss our plans, our ideas, and now we have this great organization, and I hope that you all continue to support us. So I'd like to introduce our guest of honor. She's going to speak for a couple minutes, so I hope you can give her a couple minutes. I would appreciate it if you could listen and stop talking. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Kate Harper.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to speak very, very briefly because I know people have more important things to do. I want to talk a little bit about the importance of local charities like St. Patrick's Day Society, and then a little bit about the importance of Laurel House, who's beneficiary of their good works. First of all, Americans are, by and large, pretty generous people. If there's a flood or an earthquake anywhere in the world, the Americans will respond over and over again to the Red Cross and send whatever they can and just overwhelm the people of the town that has had the tragedy with the generosity and what they can do. So we know that we're generous people. But the benefit of having a local community focused on local people is also very important. We need to take care of our neighbors. These are not the earthquakes. These are not the floods. These are the quiet cries of desperation that only a neighbor is likely to know about and hear. And that's why the St. Patrick's Day Society is so important, because your neighbor's taking care of neighbors. And that's a gap. And if you don't do it, maybe nobody does what you're doing. And that's why it's so important to be doing what you're doing and how much I appreciate it. I want to say that. I just want to say a word about Laurel House. It takes care of the victims of domestic violence. And I want to say something about keeping them going. Because we don't know, all over our community are victims of domestic violence who think they are all alone. They think there's no way out of a bad situation or an abusive relationship. They don't know Laurel House exists, and they just know that they're scared and trapped and there's nothing they can do. And then somebody tells them about Laurel House. It's kind of like putting a ladder up against a burning building, or a life raft on a stormy ocean, or maybe even a rope pushed out on the ice of a pond that's got ice on it's about to break. For the person who is in the domestic violence situation and sees no way out, Laurel House acts as an escape, a safe place to go, safe place to be, and somebody who will take care of them and help them find a better life. So I think the St. Patrick's Day Society is very important, neighbors taking care of neighbors, and I think the Laurel House is also important, and keeping them there when somebody needs them is what you do so well. So thank you very much for all you guys do.
Hi, I'm Alice Blenner from Laurel House. I'm on the board of directors. I've been with them a year. With me tonight is Joyce Goldberg and Diane Villar. So I have a question for everybody. Do we have any Philadelphia Eagles fans in this room? Any Eagles fans? Okay. I thought we might. Eagles fans, do you think Ray Rice got the right penalty for what he did to his fiancée? Okay, I agree with you. I mean, the man punched his fiancée, and then she was out cold and dragged her through the hotel hallway. The reason I bring that up is domestic violence is real. It happens everywhere. It happens with NFL players. It happens with poor people, rich people, middle-class people. It is real. It happens every day. The reporter, people from the Reporter can verify that, because every week I see at least one case of domestic violence being reported. And we're talking stabbing, choking, they get crap, out of a woman. So it is real, it happens. Here's a really statistic that really blows my mind. 1 out of 4 women will be abused during their lifetime. 1 out of 4. If you compare that to breast cancer, 1 out of 8 women will have breast cancer. So it is real, it happens, it's in the neighborhood, it happens to your neighbors. You may not know about it, because it's one of those things that people don't like to talk about. And that's the reason Laurel House exists. About 30 years ago, women got together and founded Laurel House. One of the big services we provide is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline, where women can call us about any issue. And if it's really serious, we get them to call 911 quickly as possible. But they have somebody to talk to 24/7. The other thing, Kate talked about it, we provide a shelter when it really gets bad. And it's usually women and children, although we do have some men who are abused. But mostly women and children, when the danger gets too bad, when they're really in harm's way, and they need to get safety, we have a shelter that they can go to. We have about 9 bedrooms. It's a 3-story house, a twin in Norristown. The women and their children, sometimes with just a bag of clothes, show up. We provide them with shelter. We give them assurance, safety, food, training, counseling, whatever we can do to get them back on their feet. So those are 2 very big services, 24/7 hotline and the shelter. And the average stay has been 30 days, but it's getting longer because we now have a new law in Pennsylvania. So that's what we provide. There are 2 very big things. When you have nowhere else to go, and you don't have a family, oftentimes the family doesn't support you. Your own family sometimes says, stick it out. But you must have done something. And that's exactly what I heard in the Ray Rice story. You, the woman, you must have done something to deserve to get beaten. So let me hand this over to Joyce to talk about a program I really love, DART.
Laurel House has two very unique programs that actually very few domestic violence shelters do have, and that is our DART program and our medical advocacy program. The DART program stands for Domestic Abuse Response Team. Yeah, went right out of my head. Domestic Abuse Response Team. And it is medical / police. This was started when a 4-year-old girl, 3 or 4-year-old girl was killed here in Townsend in a domestic violence incident. And the policeman had just got so frustrated about going to the same place over and over and over again, and the woman would generally say, no, I won't press charges. So DART was started with the police to have someone from Laurel House 24/7 available to go either to the hospital or to the residence where this event took place. And they will stay with her through this very traumatic time. And we have seen an amazing increase in prosecution amongst the people that use this service. The medical advocacy, as we go into the hospitals, we train nurses and doctors to watch for signs of abuse. They can call us anytime. And the most wonderful part of both of these programs is that it's almost all volunteers. We man it from 8 until 5, Monday through Friday. Any call that comes in during the weekend and during the night is all volunteer. And they go out, they will sit with these women, they'll counsel them. We usually get them, if need be, they come to the shelter. But it has saved so many lives. I won't keep any longer. I have other things to do. But,
So we have 2 checks tonight. One is from Hammers Moving and Storage. Sorry for the screech. Hammers Moving and Storage used to be in Lansale, they're now in Telford, but they're donating $1,500 to Laurel House tonight. That's a big round of applause for Hammers.
thank you so much. Thank you. It's amazing. Thank you. Group shot.
I'm sorry. Sure it's not here. No. There we go. That's good.
Thank you.
All right, the second check is from Molly's and the St. Patrick's Day Society for $1,500.
I just want to say thank you to St. Patrick's Society for doing this. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Hearts.
I thank Ground Guys for letting us be here tonight. Say, Molly